Un tā, mēs aicinām uz skatuvi, esam faktiski pagodināti aicināt uz skatuvi Eiropas Drošības un Veselības aizsardzības asociācijas prezidentu Frančesko Santi. Welcome to the stage. There you go.
We can try translation from Italian.
Egregi signori, gentilissime signore, Frančesko Santi.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you to be here. I will try to explain some features that the new technology can use and force to improve safety and health. This is our agenda. I will try. I know that we have only 20 minutes, so I will skip some, but you have all the presentation and you have the contact if you want to go deeper in our presentation. I'm Frančesko Santi. I come from Italy. I work in many industries as manager, and nowadays I'm not working anymore for money, but I work only for safety and health in the Italian Association and the European Network Association, Federation of Association. ENSHPO is the federation of the European Network of Association of OSH professionals from all over Europe. And our vision is to promote safety and health and to support the environment too. We think that all the OSH professionals have the same comparable body of knowledge, the same identity, and will perform their duties all over Europe with the same effort of professional commitment, strong ownership, and for the rule and the ethical conduct. These are the logo of our 18 associations participating to our federation, and of course there is the Latvia one. The target of my presentation is really simple. I would like to highlight how new technologies, artificial intelligence, can be useful for safety and health. Why I say so? Because there are so many now fear and there are some risks about new technologies, but we have to manage this and to use the technology to improve safety. And so I will go through at least 3 different cases of use of new technology and to show you how they can improve, and this is our all real application. So starting from the first point, IoT technology is Internet of Things, so new technology connected to Internet for data collection. You can have wearable devices like helmet, smart helmet, biometric sensor, smart PPI, environmental monitoring for air, toxic gases, temperature, machine safety to avoid collision, and we will talk about it, predictive maintenance, and even to manage emergency responses, so smart evacuation, real-time tracking, and so on. So this are all examples of simple IoT devices. But if we link IoT devices with artificial intelligence, we have really a disruptive new technology that can really improve safety and health. These are all kinds of application of IoT and artificial intelligence application. We will show 3 topics, 3 applications on computer vision for safety, emergency decision system supports, natural language for processing for safety and documentation. First case. Perhaps many of you know that this is a famous safety pyramid. It means that for each injuries, for each fatalities, you have 10 more incidents without cost for the people, but with cost for the property damages and equipment failure. And then we have 100 or 1,000 near-miss situation. So situation in which nothing happened because of the lucky, okay? Because people react immediately. But you have 1,000 of this. And if you manage only, and if you work only on accident, you are always late. So if you don't want to be late, you have to work on the near-miss activity. But near-miss, it means that you have to collect of course, is easy and is necessary to collect when you have an accident or a fatalities. You have to, and this is obvious. It's less obvious to collect data because you find something that is not working properly that could cause an incident if something goes in a different way. This is a near miss. This is an application for a company that is working producing tires. They have 31,000 people working all over the world. They have 18 factories all over the world, more than 300 different selling points, and the logistics and offices. So we have a huge organization all over the world. They have usually at least 35,000 near-miss events that they collect data to work on this to prevent the injuries. So 35,000 events. The collection of data is necessary to be done as soon as possible. You find a oil on the pavement, you find an electric cabinet open, you find something that is not correct, that is a risk, that could be a risk for somebody. You have to take this data and to send this information as soon as possible where you are. So you have data collection using PC, tablet, totem in the factory, mobile computing, and so on. And we have to do in 28 countries, in 28 factories all over the world. Of course, you cannot ask an operator in Brazil to speak Italian or English or French. They speak Brazilian. So you have to collect the data in the language where you have the effect. And so data collected as soon as possible, and data collected directly by the people. So the people have to manage not only to clean the pavement if they find a oil on the pavement, but they have to say, I found a oil in a position that could be dangerous if somebody was walking there. So people have to be involved. This is the data collected. They started in 2020. To start this kind of data collection, you have to work with people to explain how it is important. They have 2,838 records. In 21, they have 22,000. And in 22, they have 42,000. So they have 42,000 different records telling what is going on. Per ogni records, for every records, you have a description, 20 fields. And then later, you have the action plan, 6 fields. And then you have the follow-up 1 month later, 4 fields. So you have, at the end, in 1 year, for this company, 1,260,000 different information to be managed. So in different language and coming from in different, not only language, but in different slang, because in a company, a warehouse is a warehouse, in another company could be a store. So you have to manage different local language and local definition. So they registered in this system, a system like ChatGPT. They developed a ChatGPT application in which they put all the records we are talking about, the process description, because you have to define, in this company, we do the process, this is our department, these are the people involved, and so on, the procedure they use, and the record coming from all the department. So you can understand that is a huge data collection that can be used only if you have the support of artificial intelligence. This is an example. And during machine inspection, for upcoming planned restoration works, and so on. So this is a description made by the people in the department. The system elaborates this information and extracts the key terms. Then the key terms are related to the procedure, to the organization, and they found that 2 of these key terms is related to human activity, so restoration work and machine inspection. 3 are related to machine component, and so on. And this kind of analysis is necessary to improve and to define the action plan. And this is the first result. So the system can automatically give to the manager of safety, wherever you are in the world, what is going on with managing this kind of near miss. And the fact, you can even work on the data collection system and the elaboration of artificial intelligence. Ask is, which are the main reasons for tires to fall off from conveyors in the building area? The system elaborates all the data and finds tire dimensions are too big or too tall. And you have the link to the relevant near-miss situation. So these are 3 near-miss where the tires fall down during activity in this year. So you understand that for the safety manager, this system is really strongful and can do the real risk assessment for all the company. Another application that we can use is about the same system, a similar system for climate change management. You know that we have a problem with flooding all over Europe. We can say that in Europe the climate situation is increasing. For example, in the United Kingdom, they passed from 1.8 million cases in 2008 to 2.4 million cases in 2020. In Germany, more or less the same. In France, the same. So all over Europe, we have a problem of flooding, of new flooding related to new way of raining, new problem with the climate risk. This is an example made in Italy. This is Bardonecchia in 2023. They have flooding with so many injuries and so many problems. They develop the measure of the community, and the community develop a system to manage with the same logic of ChatGPT and the problem before, to manage this kind of prevision. So they put in this, all the information. This is the screen, the download of the screen of the computer for the people involved in the management of the trouble in the area. You have the weather bulletin, you have the map territory, you have the conversation area where you can ask to the system anything about this kind of problem, and you have some personal special button to do, what you have to do. All the system, to use a system with artificial intelligence, the biggest problem is to feed all the information you need to extract some useful information. So they put inside the system all the local territory agency bulletin in last 10 years. The weather forecast every day is updated automatically. They develop a risk area databases based on the last period of flooding problem. They uploaded all the documents from the majority, from the administration, so procedure, plan, post-evacuation, post-reports, and the evacuation plan, and so on. And all the IoT devices that are spread on the territory. So rain gauge, snow gauge, hydrometers, webcams, and so on. The result is that the system can give to the manager of the safety organization all the information before that the problem is going on in the territory. And this is an example. We have 2 different positions where the risk of hydrologic and hydraulic system could be go over if tomorrow will rain again. So they are ready before and they can check what to do. And from the system, it is in Italian, but in the middle frame, you can see that the major, sindaco, have to do this job, the technical office has to do this job and this job. And this is made automatically. Moreover, of course, the technical can ask what to do, what are you thinking, which indicators are, and the system tell you what says the indicators about this situation. Related directly, they are linked, you can click and you can go directly to the document related to the problem. The result is that we can have some kind of information, as I told you before. The link is related to the area, so you click on the link and you have the zoom on the area and say, we have this river that is too high and this is the problem and so on. And this is all made automatically. And so you understand that this kind of management can be really useful to foresee possible problem. Last case that I present, and I think that I'm quite in time, is the use of IoT, artificial intelligence, in construction. In overall construction injuries in Italy, in Europe, we have about the sector occupation is about 20-25 of people fatality in all over Europe. Across Europe, we have about 600,000 to 700,000 no fatal construction injuries, and 1,200 per year fatal accident in construction area in Europe. Most of them, about 12-50%, are in construction injuries in Europe, and this suggests that 75 to 105,000 non-fatal injuries annually are related to mobile equipment and to people working near mobile equipment. So specifically, collision between people and different types of movement devices is one of the biggest problems. You can understand that in this picture, when you move with heavy equipment near other people, you can have a situation like this, so the people see the machine moving, as the people on the machine moving see the operator, so obviously will stop. But it's not so easy, because if the charge of the duties to be moved is in front, you don't see what is going on. So there are many different situations. There are two different applications I show to you that is quite simple. This is a device that is made from, on the bottom down, you have the hemisphere, that is the devices that you put in your jacket, and then you have on the yellow circle the device put on the top of the movement devices. The system talk together, and if you are, like in this situation, you see that there is an operator near the machine running, you see that the operator in the machine have a sort of radar that say there is an operator there, and the operator could be perhaps behind a part of the warehouse, moving to cross, and the operator does not see him usually. But with this device, they see it. Another example that is, okay, it's working. You see on the top, you have the system that is working on the heavy devices working, and this is a simulation. They see something that is similar to a body. So, okay, this is, of course, not a real man, but see the body and can stop, even if the machine is going backward. In this video, he's not pushing the brake. He is going, the system automatically sees the operator in the back and can first alert the machine operator, but if the machine operator does not react, can stop the machine. And it can be used in any different application. And all this activity is, Yes. And all this activity is made automatically by the system, the device, so you can see how artificial computer vision applied to artificial intelligence can avoid the number of problems we have seen at the beginning. Moreover, the system automatically detects the near miss we were talking before. So in the map with the green as the red position, you see where are the area in your department, in your building construction facility, where most of the time the system automatically detected the problem and stop. So you can ask perhaps to the people, say, okay, in this area you can go 30 kilometers per hour. In this area, no, because it's more dangerous. You have to go 10 kilometers per hour. So the system collects automatically the data, or you can change your organization. So the system can even help in detecting the near miss for this activity. All this system, of course, as I told at the beginning, have some kind of risk inside this, but the effectiveness in safe people is very much more important than the risk if we can follow the standard already defined by the European Ethics Guidelines for Trustworthy Artificial Intelligence. I have no time to explain, but of course, the first most important thing is that all this data is not changing and not replacing the man decision, is only helping the man in decision making. So we have human agency and oversight of the system. We need to have, of course, technical robustness. We cannot put these devices in the field without having a perfect check of how the system is working, and so on. So I finished my presentation. It's just a quick presentation about some kind of application in where IoT and artificial intelligence can help a lot for safety and health. If you have any question, please contact me in ENSHPO. And I would like to thank you, the people that send me the picture I used, so IRAS, GGT, Kiwitron, and AME. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, do we have any questions? Any questions? The hands up. Yeah, question always about these new technologies is about trust. Can we trust them? Of course, one thing is about when you are just watching out for the information, when you are trying to predict things happening. But then the next step is when these systems are starting to take decisions or make decisions or give recommendations. So are we there yet? And how safe is it?
Okay. Is the first point on that we have on our ethic application of artificial intelligence. All this information have to be given to a man, and the man has a decision, man or woman, of course, have to choose the decision. Exactly when you drive your car, you can switch the system on, you can switch your system off, but you are responsible for what you are doing on the car. Of course, the system can some way react immediately, but it has to be defined like when you directly connect your brake to the system. It's not so easy to say that is a good solution, because people driving the car could say, okay, it's not my fault. If somebody, the brake does not stop, and so it's not my fault. No, you have to only give the best is to give the information to the people driving, to the people responsible of the safety of the area, and to the people responsible for the safety of the factory. You only give better information, new information, but you have to pay real attention on data collection, because as they told in a computer system, shit in, shit out.
Yes, and of course, legislation is yet the biggest problem so far. Exactly, the responsibility. Do you see that there will come a day where legislation will be in place? We know who will be responsible for that, and these systems will start to begin to be self-efficient.
I don't know. I cannot answer you. I'm not. What I say is that, and we will talk even later, I think, during the next panel discussion, is that we have to drive this evolution. So we have to put our intelligence and drive the evolution. Not to have a fear, not to think that all the problem, this is a risk. We do not have to think about this. We have to foresee what it could happen and to drive this evolution. This is the only way.
Thank you, Mr. Santi.
You're welcome.
And a little nice recognition from the organizers. Jā, aplausi, paldies.
So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.